What's your password? Slim Shady?
Hey, what's up, buddy? It's going good, man. How do we sound? Crystal clear? Awesome. All right. Dev, you got an extra pen in your thing?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Is it Slim
dude.
Shady?
There's
85?
from now on, so you can just flash that to him. You can have my seat when we start.
Hold on, Jacob. We're ready. Play one commercial and go to us. We're ready. Okay, thanks, bud.
Field goals last game you did. And welcome in live, Snow Canyon High School inside the jungle, ready to go for some Region 9 basketball here on your Holmes Triplecast. Check out Holmes, HOLMES.com to look at their beautiful new single-family homes and townhomes in desert color in southern Utah. It's where the locals want to live, HolmesHomes.com. You can listen to us right here on ESPN Radio or stream the video at sportsradio977.com or in HD on CEC TV on TDS cable. We've got the Flyers, we've got the Warriors. It's a whiteout here in Snow Canyon High School. They're looking to pull off an upset against the number 1 team in region, number 2 in the RPI. And this was a 9-point game, Devin, when they matched up earlier on in the region schedule.
Yeah, you're right. It was a close one. I mean, 49-41, a lower scoring game. And it was because Coach Roberts told us that Snow Canyon came in and played really physical basketball, and his team didn't shoot it good, especially in the paint. They missed a lot of high percentage shots. Buckets just weren't falling, allowed Snow Canyon to stick around. They played their pace. And, 14 points for Lyman Simmons in that loss. Cole Warner was in double digits with 10. Finlinson had 18. That's 1 point higher than his season average right now. He leads the Flyers in scoring on average at 17 points a night. Lemke had 10, 6, and a couple assists, and I think everybody pretty excited about the rematch between Simmons and Lemke, two guys that are in different places. I mean, Lemke has worked so hard over his career to become a really talented premier post player for the Flyers, and then Lyman Simmons, the freshman that's got big upside for the Snow Canyon Warriors.
And we talk about Snow Canyon on a 7-game skid, but here at home, they're 5-4. Everywhere else, they're 1-9 this season. But at home with the winning record, and they're sometimes a different team here in the jungle.
Yeah, and they've got to get the 3-ball to drop a little bit tonight. Yeah. They only hit 3 threes in that game that they lost to Dixie the first time around. Lyman Simmons is still learning how to, have the full arsenal. We know he's got a great mid-range game. We know he's got the size to go in and rebound and score and dunk. He can stretch it and shoot from the outside if he wants to. But he's got to learn how to get his teammates involved and pass up buckets to get easier buckets for teammates. Once he does that, he's going to be the real deal, and I'm sure he'll get there. Lemke, though, does a lot of things. We asked Coach Tyler Roberts a little bit about, you got a 10-0 team in region play. You've only lost twice all year. They're the number 2 team in the RPI. Most likely you're going to have the Region 9 MVP come from your team. And I asked him, is that Isaac Finlinson? And he's quick to say, I don't know, because Lemke does this, this, and this. And then what about Jordan Matthews, my Swiss Army knife that does this, this, and this? I mean, and that's why Dixie's 10-0 in region. Nobody's been able to beat them, and they've only lost twice all year because they've got the full package. They've got great bench. They're well coached. They've got, great athleticism at the wings, great production from the guard line, and multiple scorers on a given night. Any guy can lead the Flyers in scoring, as we've seen often this year.
You're listening to the St. George Topper pregame show here in the jungle at Snow Canyon High School. Don't go topless. Get Lear shells, keyless entry, plus dozens of truck accessories, all at St. George Topper on the Boulevard in St. George. This is the number 2 team in the RPI versus the number 16 seed in the RPI. If the playoffs were to start today, Snow Canyon would play Canyon View, a team that they lost to last week, kind of surprisingly.
By 10,
yeah. And have obviously been in a bit of a struggle. But if you're Coach Meacham, you know you're going to the playoffs. What do you want to see from your crew tonight, regardless of what's on the scoreboard?
Well, I go back to right after the holiday break. It was January the 7th. They beat Pineview 49-48. And I thought they'd made huge strides, shaking off a slow start. They went down and played in Palm Springs over the holidays, and I thought that really bonded them. And I'm really surprised Snow Canyon's lost 7 straight. And some of them close. They lost to Dixie by 8. They lost to Hurricane by 3. They lost to Desert Hills by 12. They lost to Cedar by 9. They lost to Crimson Cliffs by 5. Canyon View by 10, and then Pineview beat them last Thursday 71-56. So right now, a lot of people not believing in you. This is where the coaches and players and the fans and the parents all got to keep the faith and keep working hard. I mean, you got guys that want to win like Cole Warner and some of your other seniors. They just haven't been able to do so. And it's tonight where, as I like to say, we can expect the unexpected, because Dixie comes in as a heavy favorite, but this is one of those games where you just never know. For some reason, I could see Snow Canyon giving Dixie all they want tonight on their home court.
You're listening to the St. George Topper pregame show on the Holmes Triplecast. You can also watch this game on sportsradio977.com or on CEC TV if you have TDS cable. It's the Warriors hosting the Flyers. Other games tonight, Canyon View is at Desert Hills tonight. Cedar is at Pineview. That game over on our sister station, 94.9 FM, 890 AM. KDXU. Crimson Cliffs is at Hurricane, and of course the Flyers and the Warriors here at Snow Canyon High School. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll give you our Camping World keys to the game inside the St. George Topper pregame show. Yeah, welcome back inside the jungle. Snow Canyon High School, Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, St. George Topper pregame show. We're on the down stretch of Region 9 regular season. Only a few games left before we head in to the playoffs. So each game becomes more and more important to improve the RPI standing of each team. Right now, Snow Canyon coming in with a 16 overall seed and Dixie at number 2. Let's talk about some of the Camping World keys to the game, Dev. Let's start with the home team, the underdog Snow Canyon Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really important to get good looks. That is a tall order. You need high percentage shots against this pesky Flyers defense. As many points as Dixie's been scoring in their 10 region wins, the defense is the calling card. That's what they hang their hat on. They want to bring that high level of physicality that they did in that first matchup. And then, they got to try to get out and get some easy buckets, whether that's points in the paint, transition buckets, open three-pointers, categorized as an easy bucket too. So we'll see if Snow Canyon can do that. And obviously against this pesky guard line, this Snow Canyon front court is going to have to take care of the basketball. And then if you look at the Dixie Flyers tonight, Flyers are going to try to match that physicality. They want to come on the road and get a hot start. They want to get on a hot start, not let the crazy crowd get into this game, and fuel the Warriors, where they're a much better team at home. They want to get Finlinson going from outside, but they want to get some lobs to Noah Lemke. They want to use those design plays where they can get him above the rim. Really well coached on their inbounds plays. We're going to see Dixie switch their defenses up quite a bit tonight. We'll see a lot of different matchups within the matchups. I think the chess match between coaching staffs is going to be important, but ultimately we know the team that executes the best will win this game. So some things that will be important, and obviously, it might just come down to simply, shooting percentages in a game like this tonight, where Snow Canyon has not won in 7 games in a row. Losing streak at 7. They got to shoot it better, right? If they want to win, they got to score probably, 55, 60 points on their home floor, and that means good shooting from outside.
And we were talking on the drive earlier on in the day. The first time these guys met Snow Canyon only 3 of 17 on the road from 3. Got to expect that they will improve that percentage here at home. That's your Camping World keys to the game. Check out Camping World, campingworldstgeorge.com for all of your outdoor needs to get your adventure started in 2020. campingworldstgeorge.com or on Hilton Drive, 1500 Hilton Drive in St. George. Let's talk about some stars tonight, Devin. We know both of these teams have guys that they need big games from. Dixie's got 3 or 4 that can lead them in scoring. Snow Canyon has, 1 or 2. Let's talk about our Stilson's Star Watch. Let's start with the home team, Warriors. Who do you think is key, particularly in this matchup, to be a star tonight?
Well, you know that Cole Warner and Lyman Simmons were in double figures the first time. So where's that third scoring come from? So I want to kind of go outside of their nice 1-2 punch there and go with Walker Morrison tonight. I mean, I think they need his shooting, and they need him to be good defensively, too, against this talented offense the Flyers have. And then for Dixie, it's easy to take a look at any of the big 3. You can go with Finlinson, you can go with Lemke, you can go with Jordan Matthews, but there's a guy on this team that's probably just flying under the radar a little bit, no pun intended, and that's Andy Rich. I mean, here's a guy that in his senior season has really proved that he's a valuable asset. He hustles. He can dictate the pace. He's a great distributor. And so I think I'm going to go a little outside the box and go with Andy Rich tonight. I'm going to see if one of those guys can be that X factor and provide a spark, because these defenses are going to try to shut down some of the stars that have been proving night in, night out that they can ball.
Andy Rich and Walker Morrison are your Stilson Central Vacuum Star Watch tonight. Check out Stilson's. They've been providing central vacuums to homeowners for years. Check them out at stilsons.com. We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back. We're going to sing the national anthem, and we'll bring you back with the Sky Mountain starting lineups here shortly. It's the Flyers at the Warriors here from the jungle. Welcome back. St. George Top pregame show is in the books. We're ready to get things going here from the jungle. Time now for our Sky Mountain starting lineups. Hit it to the sky at Sky Mountain Golf Course. Give them a call for your tee time, 635-7888.
And the Flyers are getting introduced right now. You got Andy Rich, Ethan Bennett, Isaac Finlinson, Jordan Matthews, and Noah Lemke. I love the family atmosphere. You know, I first remember the Flyer family atmosphere really when I was covering Jake Nilsson, the longtime football coach that started at Dixie, spent some time at Desert Hills. He took that same family approach to Desert Hills when that school opened. And you see the Flyers in a circle, arm in arm, wrapped around each other. And you see that from the freshmen all the way up to the varsity level. I love the culture that the Flyers have really built. And, you know, Coach Cuff did a great job taking over for you know, Coach Robinson, all the great coaches, and now Coach Roberts taking over for Coach Cuff after being a longtime assistant. And I think that culture is really important. We hear so often teams that are getting new coaches trying to implement culture. The Flyers have probably the best basketball culture in the region, and it shows with the record.
100%, an incredible continuity under Coach Roberts in his second year. Time now for the Snow Canyon Warriors starting lineup. They're rocking Welcome to the Jungle, and it's a wide out for them. Dixie wearing all jerseys tonight as Childs is introduced. He'll be in the front court tonight. Brenton Childs for Snow Canyon. McKay Meacham, senior leader, will be running the point guard, wearing number 5 for the Warriors in their all-whites tonight at home. Sophomore Walker Morrison, who lit up the scoreboard in his last game against Pineview, had 4 threes, a couple other field goals. He's a key tonight and our Stilson Star Watch player for Snow Canyon. Here comes Cole Warner, number 14 in his senior season. One of the solid players who always brings full effort.
And one of the last really guys, other than maybe a Jace Mortensen at Desert Hills, that's a 3-sport star. Played football. Also, maybe his best sport is soccer. I mean, he might be a next level college athlete at soccer because you see that same floor game in basketball. He does that in soccer. He's a really talented player.
And Lyman Simmons, the freshman, will be the man in the middle wearing number 20 for Snow Canyon. He had 12 points in this matchup when they met earlier on in the season against the big fella Noah Lemke. A true battle of the Titans, senior versus a freshman.
And
here tonight.
Simmons was all-star hoops all the way up through. You know, originally was going to be a Dixie Flyer. Then as a freshman, open and rolled, came to Snow Canyon, and now trying to start a new legacy over here for the Warriors. And they need him to be great tonight.
It's a gastroenterology jump ball won by the Flyers. Andy Rich gets it, makes a good pass to Ethan Bennett, who drives but gets blocked by Cole Warner.
Yeah, not the way. They can score. That's a design tip ahead to get 2 passes and a score, but that time really good defense by Cole.
Matthews into Rich. Rich throws it back to Matthews, who lost his feet in the paint. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors.
And there's the turnover. First one just goes down as a block. And good start defensively for SC. Good student body section, like you mentioned, the whiteout. It's Jersey Night Flyers. And Reggie Graff, who's going to sign tomorrow to play college football, right in the middle of the student section. Noticed Reggie when I walked in.
Cole Warner from the wing tries to make the entry pass into Lyman Simmons. It's deflected by Lemke out of bounds, and it'll go to the Flyers.
In fact, we'll have Reggie Graff on the show tomorrow from 4 to 6, talking more about next level football.
Andy Rich running the point tonight with the headband and Jerry Curl for the Flyers. He has it on the wing, guarded by Walker Morrison. Gets a screen to the left as Lemke rolls. Ball tipped by Cole Warner and stolen. He's going to push. They got numbers. He goes right to the middle of the lane, up, off the glass, rolls out, rebounded by Simmons. He goes up and it'll be fouled.
And I'll tell you what, Andy Rich is a great soccer player too, but that time probably should have shot it. Instead, try to kick out pass that gets tipped, and it ends up being disastrous, and it'll end up with Lyman Simmons at the free throw line trying to get the first points of the night.
Simmons will go to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Don't forget, in 2020, go to Fabulous Freddy's for only $20. You get unlimited washes all month long as Simmons rolls in his first point of the night.
Yeah, and a lot of people, myself included, think Lyman Simmons could be that next big thing in Region 9. I mean, we've got some great upperclassmen that have left their mark that are now seniors, but as a freshman, this kid is light years ahead of other bigs that I've seen come through Region 9. The fact that he's starting the varsity speaks for itself.
And that nice release from Simmons. He knocks down the second Fabulous Freddy's free throw. 2-0, Warriors lead early. Isaac Finlinson with the ball. Whips it over to Rich. They're trying to get it down to Lemke on that left block. Back to Finlinson. He'll launch a deep three and drills it. Team D auto three-pointer for Finlinson.
Yeah, and in a three-point contest, he's a guy that, you know, would be a safe pick. He can flat out shoot it, but that's not all he can do. But that's what makes him so dangerous as a scorer, is that deep ball.
Cole Warner whipping it around. He gets it to Meacham, who looks back at his father coach to get the signal. They're going to go 4 across, do some cross screens, get it to Walker Morrison. He's guarded by Rich. Back to Cole Warner, top of the key. Warner flips it over to Meacham, faces up, and they're going to have to reset. Good defensive movement by the Flyers. Drive inside by Warner. Gets it back to Walker Morrison, and they're going to have to reset again. Now Meacham flips it over to Warner. Warner gets to the free throw line, kicks it back to Meacham, back to Walker Morrison. Good ball movement, and he drills a Team D3 from the corner.
Yeah, that's why I picked him as our Stilson Star Watch player. They need him to score a lot tonight to beat the Flyers.
5-3, and now 5-5 after a quick bucket by the Flyers. Inside pass to Noah Lemke for a layup.
Yeah, and that's an easy bucket. And those are ones they missed in that first matchup against the Warriors, even though they won that game.
Ball goes inside to Simmons. Andy Rich comes behind him on a double team, but is going to get called for a reach as he knocks the ball away. Warriors will have it underneath their own basket. Appreciate Garage Doors Only helping us bring you the clock and time all year long. They do one thing and do it well. Check out Garage Doors Only on Bluff Street. Cole Warner puts in the layup. Give the Warriors the 2-point lead here early in the first quarter.
And a whistle and a foul defensively. Or was there? Yeah, that was a foul. But there was also like maybe some gum on the floor as one of the officials, Bruce Clark, grabbed the gum on the way to the scorer's table with a signal in the foul.
They're going to get it on Walker Morrison. First foul of the game for the Warriors. Pass goes into Ethan Bennett, who drives hard, floats it up over Simmons for 2.
And really good, unselfish, quick play. And Flyers really deadlocked in a tight one early on here against the Warriors.
Warner with a beautiful pass down low to McKay Meacham. He's unable to convert the reverse layup. Ball goes off the Flyers, and Snow Canyon will get it underneath their own basket. Beautiful pass by the cutting Meacham from Warner. Simmons with a jump shot on the inbounds pass. Misses it from about 17 feet. Here comes Andy Rich. Dixie's going to run. Bennett from the left wing drives into the paint. Gets the ball knocked away by Warner. Kicks it back out to Andy Rich, and he'll take a couple steps backward before they get it inside to Lemke, who's double-teamed. And they're going to get Walker Morrison coming over help side with his second foul of the quarter.
Yeah, and you got to send help at Lemke, don't you? You know, you got to double him. That looks like the plan for Coach Meacham and the Warriors. That time just a little bit of a bump there, draws the whistle.
Lincoln Pilatus in for Morrison, as Matthews passes it into Finlinson, bobbles it, but then goes with a finger roll up and over the Warriors for 2.
Yeah, good bucket there by Finlinson. Nice 5-point start for the young junior.
Pass tries to go into the paint for the Warriors, instead gets knocked out of bounds. They'll retain possession as C.J. Schultz will enter the game for Matthews for the first time tonight. Meacham looking into the paint, instead floats it back to Cole Warner, who will launch a deep 3, misses it short, rebounded by Schultz. Outlet pass to Ethan Bennett right side. Bennett's going to pull up jumper from 3, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Wow, I mean, Dixie right now just blazing, shooting it great from the field, on fire to start on the road. That'll make Coach Roberts really happy.
12-7 for the Flyers as McKay Meacham pulls up from way downtown and drills the Team D3.
And a lot of scoring early on, but a great answer from Meacham. And that's a contested 3, right angle, hand in his face from deep, buried it.
Andy Rich to Ethan Bennett. He's going to drive against Cole Warner, gets double team, flips it over to Noah Lemke. Good contest by the Warriors. He misses the layup, and McKay Meacham is going to push. Ball deflected out of bounds. There's going to be some substitutions. Carson Forsey enters the game for the Flyers. He'll sub out Andy Rich. 12-10, Flyers lead. 3:53 left on your one-loss scoreboard. Meacham will throw it all the way back to Cole Warner in the backcourt. And an awkward exchange. They're going to get called for a backcourt violation as Cole Warner had it in the backcourt and then flips it to McKay Meacham, who's coming from the front court. Bad mistake by Snow Canyon as it'll be turned over to Dixie. Forsey running the point for the Flyers. Gets it to Schultz. Back to Ethan Bennett, who's 1 for 1 from three-point range tonight. Lemke on that left block, guarded by the freshman Simmons. Kicks it out to Bennett, who will drive, terminate his dribble, turns around, and is going to have to flip it and reset to Finlinson. Finlinson with the crossover left, then right, goes between the legs. Guarded tightly by Meacham. He'll get a screen on the right side by Lemke. Throws it up, no foul called with contact. Rebounded by the Warriors.
Yeah, Finlinson might have got away with a carry at the top of that drive, but no call there either.
Ball goes to the corner to Meacham. He tries to save it. It was a super high pass. Gets it to Pilatus, but it goes out of bounds. Flyers ball.
Packed house, jungle. Two teams fighting. Really like the intensity I'm seeing from the white and gold and the blue and white tonight. And a 2-point game early on. That's what we expect, the unexpected in Region 9. You never know. Long way to go, though, AT.
Schultz to Forsey. They're trying to get Lemke on the pin down low to Simmons. He's getting frustrated. They're not throwing it down to him as Meacham falls down and tries to help. Forsey with the drive. Flips it over to Lemke, who's blocked by Simmons, and here come the Warriors. Looking to push, but a bad pass from McKay Meacham is stolen easily by Bennett, and then a back and forth hot potato play between Forsey and Bennett. 2 points for Bennett on the layup.
Oh, and I love the unselfishness from Forsey right there. Probably could have shot it, but maybe it's blocked. Instead, hot potato right back and an easy lay-in for Ethan Bennett, and can't capitalize on that huge block from Simmons.
Ball goes to Simmons. This time he'll be blocked by Lemke. The Battle of the Titans has lived up to the billing. 2 blocks back-to-back in consecutive possessions. Pilatus gets it over to Meacham. Meacham's going to pull up, jump shot from the free throw line, makes it.
That's huge for Snow Canyon. Hit his first triple. Now a mid-range J from the top of the free throw line. Nothing but nylon from McKay Meacham. Kind of making up for that turnover he had moments before.
Forsey pass inside to Lemke. Fouled from behind by Simmons, going off the glass, and he'll go to the fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Dixie leads 14-12. 1:58 left on your garage doors only clock. Lemke at the free throw line.
And Coach Meacham's got Kenny Cundy, Chris Jones, and Chris Howard. Interesting, Chris Howard came up to Coach Meacham and saw something, and now they're going to get some subs into the game here. Warner's going to get a quick break. Pilatus Kelt's going to come in. Meacham's going to take a break as well. And I love the communication I'm seeing Cole Warner talk to Coach Meach right now about what he saw so far in this game.
Lemke knocks down both fabulous Freddy's free throws. 1:55 and ticking. Warriors with the ball. Down 4. Ball goes over to Lyon, who gets it down low to Simmons. He's going right at Lemke. Baby hook over the big fella. No good. Well short. Lemke gets the rebound and is fouled. 4th team foul by the Warriors.
Isaac Lyon, this kid is Brandon Lyon, former Major League Baseball pitcher's son, and didn't get a lot of time at all at varsity last year, but starting to get some spot minutes, and a great all-around athlete, a terrific baseball player. He's going to be one of the best pitchers in Region 9 in his junior season this spring for Coach Seacrest, but he can ball too.
Yeah, he made a couple big shots in their game against Pineview last Thursday. Lemke inside out pass to C.J. Schultz, who misses a long 3, rebounded by Kelsch and the Warriors. Pilatus gets the pass, goes into the paint, spin move, flips it to Simmons, jump stop, up and makes it, gets the roll off the iron.
He probably had an easier shot just with a little teardrop, little baby hook. Instead, he goes all the way, power dribble, muscles through Lemke and scores it the hard way.
Lemke double team down low. Good defense by Snow Canyon. They tap it away, and Pilatus will have the ball with 59 seconds here to go in the first quarter. 16-14, Flyers lead. Pilatus.
And this bench is really providing a little bit of an energy spark for Coach Meacham and Snow Canyon right now.
Ball goes to Kelsch, inside to Simmons. Tries to get it back to Childs. who is cutting hard.
We call a double dribble on him. It was interesting because I couldn't tell if it was tipped and then he recollected it and dribbled, or if it was not touched. If it was touched, he should have been able to put it on the dribble again, but the officials deemed it was not, and they called it.
Third turnover of the first quarter for Snow Canyon. Only had 10 against the Flyers, their first matchup of the season. Here's Forsey. 40 seconds. Over to Finlayson on the right wing. He's guarded by Line. He's going to launch one from way downtown again and drills it.
Yeah, that's why he's got a future at the next level, because he can absolutely spin it out of the hands, deep range, all the confidence in the world. This kid is a pure shooter, baby, showing us he's got skills from outside. Who are you taking to the three-point contest in Region 9? He's got to be one of the top guys.
Got to be him. 19-14 Flyers with the lead. Snow Canyon holding for one. Pilatus flips it over to Lyon. Back to Pilatus. They got to make a move here. 6 seconds to Kelsch. Kelsch going to dribble, get it to Pilatus. He drives in, spots up at the corner, misses the jump shot. And that's how the first quarter will end, with the Flyers up 19-14 on your one-loss scoreboard. We'll take a 60-second break. Back with the second quarter right here on your Region 9 Radio Network. Rich has 3 assists. Ethan Bennett's 2 for 2. Finlayson's 2 for 2 from 3. Simmons is just 1 for 3 from the field. Welcome back to our Holmes game of the night. Triple cast. You can hear us on ESPN 97.7 FM radio, Sports Radio 977.com, and CEC TV. If you have TDS cable, they're shooting the pictures for us tonight. Cole Warner with the ball on the elbow. Flips it over to Isaac Lyon, who knocks down the 3.
I love that for Isaac, getting some extended minutes here. He had Finlayson hit that one on him, and now he answers on the offensive end. That's clutch for the junior.
Matthews driving baseline, gets it down low. It's double teamed by Boom Dalton and Cole Warner. And they're going to get him for 3 in the key. He was stuck down there with nobody to throw it to. A turnover for the Flyers.
Sorry, correction. Isaac's only a sophomore. With as much as he played baseball last year, he kind of felt like a sophomore last year, but that was his freshman season. Let me correct myself.
Pilatus getting the signal from Coach Meacham. Driving down against the man-to-man defense of the Flyers. Dalton gets the pass. He's guarded by Tracy Simmons to Pilatus. Trying to get a screen for Cole Warner. Great coverage by C.J. Schultz. They dish it over to Kelch. He's going to launch a 3. Bricks it long. Rebounded by Simmons. And here comes Andy Rich. He's already got 3 assists in this game. To Finlayson. Finlayson, nice little move left. Goes right. Kicks it out to Schultz. They're going to get a push on Lyon.
Yeah, just getting
of the Warriors.
Be a little bit of a hand check, impeding the progress there as he was going down the lane. Not a lot, but enough to draw the whistle, deeming the official.
Jordan Matthews gets to the right block, kicks it over to Schultz, who finds Rich, trying to get it down to Simmons down low against Boom Dalton. Back to Rich in the corner. Back to Simmons, back to the basket, spin move, baseline, puts it up too long off the rim, rebounded Cole Warner, and he's going to run. He's stopped by Jordan Matthews. He'll kick it back out to Isaac Lyon. 19-17 Flyers lead with 6:32 left in the second quarter.
And I think that's a good decision there by Cole. He would have had to try to dribble through traffic, a couple Flyers back defensively, and really good transition defense by Dixie to prevent a fast break opportunity, because Warner wants to rebound and run.
Lyon gets it to Kelch. Back to Cole Warner. He's guarded by Schultz, one of the best defenders on this Flyers team. He crossovers right, goes hard towards the glass, kicks it back out to Pilatus. Great defense by the Flyers. Dalton faces up against Simmons. Kicks it out to Pilatus. Deep shot. Misses it. Rebounded by Lyon. Great board by the guard. Kelch. Pump fake to Cole Warner. Back to Lyon. Ball deflected by Matthews, but Lyon gets it and drives, and he's swatted by Tracy Simmons.
Well, you can see after Lyon hit that three, he wants to get another look. And he was in triple threat, but a good catch off the deflection. The defender had kind of over-pursued, so he had a lane, but the rim protector there to swat it out of bounds.
Walker Morrison and McKay Meacham re-enter for the Warriors. Pilatus to Meacham. And they're looking for something down towards the basket as Coach Meacham signaling again. Meacham gets the ball as a point guard.
I like that 2 minutes plus, though, with the reserves in, where Dixie hasn't scored here to start this second quarter.
Pass goes inside, stolen by Ethan Bennett. Flyers on a fast break. Kick out to Finlinson, who's been red hot. Misses this three short. Rebounded by Morrison, and Cole Warner looking to push again. Goes into the paint all the way with the left hand. Up and good.
Yeah, that time had the crease, able to blow by, using the length to finish off the glass, and down it goes for Warner.
Bennett to Finlinson. Simmons trying to post up on Boom. Dalton. They're going to try to pass it down. Stolen by Dalton. Good job fronting the post. Third turnover of the game for the Flyers. Meacham taking his time, strolling it up the court for the Warriors as they get it into their half-court set. Warner comes off a screen from Morrison, but Dixie's back in their 2-3 zone. Warner to Morrison, who's going to launch a three. Good look, just misses it. Rebounded by Finlinson, and he's going to push. Tries to get it up to Matthews, but it's stolen by Warner. Warner trying to go all the way, goes right into Andy Rich and forces the foul call.
Yeah, and that time, Cole really was running step for step with his teammate. Didn't really have a kick-out pass, so he tries to go all the way in and do the next best thing and just draw the foul. Really had no chance to make any kind of an and one there, but just willing his way to the basket, hoping he'll get the whistle, and Rich kind of out of position there, had to kind of bail him out.
Warner on the fabulous Freddy's free throw line with a chance to take the lead here in the second quarter, and he does. Knocks down his first free throw. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save it too. Fabulous Freddy's Southern Utah locations.
And Snow Canyon going really deep in the bench. Right now you've lost 7 in a row. Why not get some guys a chance that are hungry for some more minutes? And right now it's seemingly working as they're on top by 2.
Warner makes the second one. 21-19 Warriors lead. 4:27 on the garage doors only clock. Andy Rich finds Bennett off a screen. Bennett gets it to Matthews. Loft pass up to Lemke. Baseline hook shot against Simmons. Missed, but he gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and good.
Yeah, and Lemke so tough there with that little mid-range jumper. So much length, really difficult to block that shot. Got the roll.
Walker Morrison with the crossover dribble gets it to McKay, who's going to drive middle, puts it up over Matthews, misses it, rebounded by Lemke, and it's fought for with Kelch. Lemke throws a couple elbows, but I think they're going to get Kelch trying to reach in here on the Warriors.
Yeah, Lemke getting a little frustrated, swatting flies, and almost looked like he was about to swing a bow, but I think he just stopped, and they got the reach-in foul first. But, you want to try to frustrate the big guy, Noah Lemke. Try to get him into foul trouble.
Rich to Bennett. Loft pass again to Lemke. He's going to kick it back out to Rich. Bounce pass back into Lemke against Simmons. Baseline, gets the proper angle, squares his shoulders, puts it up off the glass for 2.
And that time Simmons is really content to arm straight up. Was never in a shot blocking stance to where he could try to swat that.
Meacham gets it to Warner. Gets into the paint, fakes a spin move, tries to get it out to Morrison. He's guarded by by Jordan Matthews. Warner gets it in the corner, and he'll dribble it out. 23-21, Flyers lead.
Had good patience there after he lost his dribble. Warner goes to the ball, and now we got a timeout.
Take an Intercap Lending 30-second timeout from the jungle. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. Appreciate Intercap Lending, our timeout sponsor. They specialize in no and low down money options, investor loans, first-time home buyers, jumbo loans, and more. Call today for a free quote and quick mortgage approval at Intercap Lending. Snow Canyon with the ball. They're up down 23-21. Flyers with the lead. McKay Meacham with Brenton Childs, top of the key. He gets a screen against the zone of the Flyers into the corner. And Warner trying to make a pass into Simmons. Goes right into the hands of the Flyers, and they get the turnover. Andy Rich trying to pass it in transition to Finlinson for a layup, and it'll go out of bounds. 2 turnovers in a row.
Yeah, it kind of felt like Andy Rich was kind of losing control. And then here comes Finlinson darting down the lane, thinking he could get a little short pass to him, but just last touch by the Flyers out of bounds. Maybe Andy should have kind of patiently let him clear and then kicked out and reset.
Both teams with 5 turnovers in the first half. Cole Warner, long pass across court to Meacham, who's going to shoot the 3 air balls. It rebounded by Lyman Simmons. He goes up and makes the layup.
Yeah, Lemke lost his balance on that rebound. That left Simmons all alone to grab it and score it. And Simmons, nice job now with 6 points in this game.
Snow Canyon, the 4th best team in all of 4A with offensive rebounds. And it paid off on that last possession. Ethan Bennett guarded by Cole Warner. Coach Roberts signaling the half-court motion in. Andy Rich guarded by Pilatus, tough by the sideline. Rich is going to drive against him, tries to flip it over to Lemke. Lemke fights for it on the hardwood. And they're going to get a timeout. Good job by Lemke hitting the deck, getting possession, and then getting the timeout. We'll keep it right here.
What great awareness by Coach Tyler Roberts, who quickly yells into the ear of the official and takes that 30-second timeout.
Appreciate Intermountain Sports Medicine for their support of Region 9 athletics. They provide athletic trainers throughout Region 9. And at tonight's game, Snow Canyon's DeJuan Shakespeare been doing a great job for years for the Warriors and for the Dixie Flyers, Mike Tolman. Stay tuned for the Info West halftime show coming up here in a couple minutes from the jungle. We'll have some Hearst Ace Hardware updates as well as our Wilkinson stats. All part of the Info West halftime show. Flyers back on the floor in their all blue uniforms. Tie ball game. 1:51 left in the first half. Ethan Bennett will inbound it for the Flyers. Gets it to Andy Rich, back to Bennett. Trying to get a screen from Lemke. Lemke will retreat back down into the post. He'll do a sky hook over Simmons. Good contest, misses it. Rebounded by the Warriors. Cole Warner to Meacham. 1:35 on the clock. Pilatus guarded by Finlinson. Gets it to Warner. And Warner back to Meacham. They're taking their time with right around 1:20 left on the clock. Simmons in the corner will shoot the jump shot. Misses it. Rebounded by Finlinson. Finlinson goes behind the back. He's going to push it into the paint. Kicks it back out to Rich, to Ethan Bennett for 3. Knocks it down.
Huge bucket as he was getting closed out on. Hits the deck. Maybe trying to get the official to give him the 4-point play opportunity there, but regardless, Team D3, and it was on a clothesline. That was a low flighted 3-shot attempt from Ethan Bennett.
We're under a minute. Warriors with the ball, down 26-23. Pass goes to Pilatus, who will shoot the long-range jumper, and it's a 3-point shot, and he rolls it in.
A huge answer. That is the 5th time this game has been scored here in the first half.
Forcing it on a drive. Nobody was on him, and he took advantage going right to the rim. Almost had a clear path layup, but he'll get fouled, and we'll shoot 2 free throws. Good heads-up play by Forsey. Not usually an instigator on offense, but was that time. He'll go to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Not a lot of free throw shots tonight. Only 4 for Snow Canyon, and now 3 for the Flyers as Forsey knocks down the first one, his first point of the game.
Halftime, 29-19, Desert Hills leads Canyon View. Update brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. So Thunder by 10, kind of probably what we about expected with them at home.
Forsey makes the second free throw. Gives the Flyers the 2-point lead, 28-26. 30 seconds left in the first half. Snow Canyon likely holding for one shot. Cole Warner with the ball, holding it on the SC logo, cradles it with both arms like he's playing football. 17 seconds, and he'll get it to McKay Meacham. McKay guarded by Isaac Finlinson. Back to Warner, 10 seconds. Warner goes around a screen, kicks it over to Pilatus, who juggles it, then drives baseline, gets it to Childs, who goes up, and he'll be fouled. And it'll be against Noah Lemke.
Yeah, just a little bump there with the body down low, what the outside official sees. Really patient possession there, and a chance here to tie this game with 2.7 seconds left in the first half. Regardless if they tie it or not, Snow Canyon can take a lot of confidence into the locker room as long as the Flyers don't hit a half-court heave, because they have matched the Flyers, step for step, stride for stride, shot for shot in this first half.
Childs makes the first free throw. Boone Dalton enters the game, as well as Isaac Lyon for this final 2.7 in the first half. Childs. 3 dribbles, puts it up, and makes it. Ties the ball game up at 28. Pass goes to Forsey. Lost. Isaac Lyon gets it, turns around and almost drills the deep 3 for a buzzer beater.
Well, what a half for the bench for Snow Canyon. Lyon, they put him in. What does he do? He gets a steal and gets a shot off in 2.7 seconds. I like the bench, and Lyon kind of leading the way. Had some help, though. Pilatus, I thought, played well in that first half. Yet we're tied. We haven't settled anything, AT. What an entertaining first half between, a team that's lost 7 straight and a team that hasn't lost a region game. And, this is going to be an entertaining second half.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
28-28 from the Jungle. Let's take a 2.5-minute break. 2.5-minute break. We'll be back with the Info West halftime show right here on ESPN 97.7.
What's Dixie shooting, 59-55?
Yeah, welcome back. Info West halftime show. Right now, 28-28 Flyers knotted up with the home team, the Snow Canyon Warriors. InfoWest, they're the internet people. Get high-speed internet, web design, tech support, and more. Check out clean internet and speed burst at infowest.com. Well, we were talking about it in the pregame. The second team in the state, according to the RPI, versus the number 16 team in the state. And right now, it's been a heck of a ball game. Obviously, they're both tied up at 28.
Yeah, I mean, entertaining first half, no question. Seesaw battle. Snow Canyon found themselves down, and that bench came in, into the first quarter, really through the first 2:20 of the second quarter, and closed the gap to 19-17. And, and then I thought, some shots were falling for both teams. Really, both teams shot the ball really, really well, which is good for our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert, because if either team goes over 55 points, all our listeners, all our viewers win tonight. Then go to Yogurtland and get that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. We're pacing for it, but need a little bit more work. But this is already a higher scoring game than the first matchup early in the season between these two teams.
Absolutely, and it's been a hot shooting game for both teams. Dixie, 5 of 7 from 3, and how about Snow Canyon, 4 of 7. They've already made more threes in this first half than they did the entire game against Dixie the first time they matched up. Let's take a look at some of our Wilkinson's stats. Check out Wilkinson's. They're the experts for lights, fans, and fixtures, plus unique items like games and much more at Wilkinson's across from Fiesta Fun in St. George. For the Snow Canyon Warriors, their leading scorer, well, they had 2 of them tied with 6 points. Cole Warner had 6. Lyman Simmons with 6 points. McKay Meacham had 5. Lincoln Pilates and Isaac Lyon, both 2 guys off the bench who came in and made 2 big 3-point shots apiece. Brenton Childs with 2 free throws to end the first half and lock things up. But once again, a pretty impressive night so far, shooting the ball, getting open shots for this Warriors team.
Well, the first time these two teams met, Snow Canyon only had 3 threes the entire game. They already got 4 in the first half, so that's a great sign. And they're getting them within, that side-to-side ball movement. They're slashing. Simmons has done a nice job trying to equalize Lemke and vice versa. Lemke battling down there. It's, height-wise, it's a really even match. So that's kind of the matchup within the matchup. But I thought Snow Canyon's bench gave them the bigger spark, and Dixie's bench is usually the unit that has been providing the spark all season long for Coach Roberts. So we'll see if that continues in half number 2.
Lyman Simmons, 2 of 5 from the field. Meanwhile, Noah Lemke, 2 of 3. Both of them have 3 rebounds in the first half. Let's take a look at the Dixie Flyers leading scorers through one half. Lemke, 8 points. Ethan Bennett has 10. Isaac Finlinson with 8, including 2 3-pointers made. Carson Forsey with 2 points. And how about Andy Rich? 5 assists. No field goal attempts, but 5 assists and 2 rebounds through 2 quarters for the undefeated in region Dixie Flyers. But they're in a tight one here from the jungle. We're going to take another 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of our Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 updates and talk about adjustments for the second half. 2-minute break, back with more on your InfoWest halftime show. we have any scores?
I'm trying to get Herc, and I got the rest.
Welcome back. Snow Canyon High School, 28-28 here. You're listening to the Info West halftime show. Check out InfoWest.com. Time now for some of our Region 9 updates, brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware, a hardware store, and so much more, with a variety of products with prices that please, on the boulevard of St. George and Bluff in St. George and on Main Street in Cedar City.
Yeah, halftime we had the Thunder leading the Canyon View Falcons 29-19. And, of course, Pineview Cedar tonight. That game on our sister station, 94.9 KDXU, not far from 97.7. You can probably get a score updated quicker than I can. But at the half, I know it's 24-21, and I think they're just getting set to start the second half. I think that game pacing is just about the same as our game here. And, of course, all tied at 28 in this one. I'm still searching for a Hurricane Crimson score. Don't have one just yet. As soon as we get one, we'll pass it along thanks to our friends at Hearst Ace Hardware, corner of Boulevard Bluff, St. George. In Cedar City, Ace, the helpful place, variety of products, prices to please. They got a redesign in the St. George store. I went in there today, and they moved a bunch of stuff around, some new office space. Really looking good. Go check it out there on the corner of Boulevard and Bluff.
This is the Info West halftime show. It's been a good one through 2 quarters. Let's talk halftime adjustments. Both teams shooting the ball really well. It's been a stalemate down low between the two big fellas in Lemke and Simmons. What do you look? I mean, what can you change? I mean, both teams only turned the ball over 5 times apiece. Pretty clean game through 2 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to do some different things, but both defenses were double-teaming them at times, especially Snow Canyon on Lemke. It seemed like they were sending extra help. A couple times they got caught with a foul. When they did leave it one-on-one, it looked like Simmons was just trying to go straight up and make Lemke make it over the top, which he did on occasion.
Yeah.
So it'll be really interesting to see if they continue to double-team. And it's hard because both teams shot the ball really well from outside. I mean, 70% from outside for Dixie from the three-point line and 50-some% for Snow Canyon from the three-point line. I mean,
57 and 71.
Tough to double team, those bigs when you got kicking out when guys are knocking down open threes. So, we'll see who can stay hot from that three-point line. That might be ultimately maybe one of the factors in who wins this game.
And we talk about the reliability of the Dixie Flyers, how deep they can go on their bench, and Coach Roberts has a lot of trust for those guys in the second unit. But how about Snow Canyon in the first half? They went deep, and it paid off for them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Pilatus and Lyon kind of sparked that bench and really did some nice things. I mean, that steal and that 3 that Lyon missed at the buzzer, that would have been a Sports Center top 10 play had he made that 3. But, I could see Lyon after he made the 3. He didn't want to come out of that game, and he went and sat right by Coach, and they didn't put him in until 2.7 seconds left on the clock. And then he makes a stop, gets a deflection and a steal, and nearly gave the Warriors the lead. I thought that Kelch gave him some good minutes off the bench. But really, Cole Warner, Lyman Simmons, Meacham, they're doing a lot of the scoring. But when you get 6 from Pilatus and Lyon, that's a huge plus. So there's no question the bench was really involved in that first half. I mean, Bennett played great in that first half. So did Finlinson. But I love that extra pass force he had. I thought he was kind of the guy off the bench that gave the Flyers a really nice spark as well. So, bench play going to be important in the second half. It'll be interesting to see if these coaches decide to stick with them and play them extended minutes or just in quick stretches to kind of keep the starters fresh. Nobody really in foul trouble. That's good for Lemke and Simmons because those are two guys that you think going against each other where one of them could have got, into foul trouble and maybe picked up third foul or something, but that's not the case.
Absolutely. It's been the Info West halftime show. We're going to take a final 60-second break. We'll be back with the second half right after this. Welcome back. Snow Canyon High School. We are ready to go for second half action. It's a wide out in the sixth man student section for the Warriors and a jersey out for the visiting Dixie Flyers student section as they rise to their feet. Tie ball game. Here we go. Third quarter underway. Noah Lemke gets it out to Ethan Bennett. He's guarded by Morrison. Drives, spins, jumps, throws it over to Jordan Matthews. Matthews to Finlayson. Matthews with a fairly quiet first half for the Flyers. He does a lot more for them than just scoring, though, as he takes a couple dribbles. Good coverage by Snow Canyon in this first possession. Finlayson trying to drive against Meacham. Meacham tips the ball, but they're going to get him for a reach across the arm and a foul. Matthews will inbound for the Flyers.
Yeah, and even though he hasn't scored a ton tonight, he's done a lot of valuable things, but he can go off at any moment.
Bennett with the ball on the right angle, looking for Lemke down low, but instead he'll flip it back up to the top of the key, then to Matthews. Hands it off to Andy Rich. Lemke with both arms up. He comes from one post to the other. Finlayson's going to shoot a three, misses it short. Rebound goes to Lemke. He backs down against Simmons, who jumps up and blocks him into the first row of the student section. His second block of the night on the big fella.
Yeah, for the freshman, that's a confidence-building block right there. He chested him and chested him again, then blocked it.
Inbound goes high to Lemke, jumps up, catches it, throws it to Matthews, the inbounder. Good defense by Snow Canyon, and they're going to have to reset up top. Pass goes around, then back to Lemke. Ball goes through his arms and hits him. Almost looked like it hit him in the face. The ball goes to the Warriors, and then a foul will go against the Flyers. Warriors ball.
Yeah, Lemke there kind of lost his balance again and crashing in. And, I thought pretty good job there by Brenton Childs not to step on him and get, or lose his temper or anything there. Just kind of refrained, even though he kind of got clobbered.
Meacham to Warner, right angle, gets it to Childs, top of the key. They're whipping the ball around. Are the Warriors. Ball sticks with Morrison. He gets to Simmons, top of the key. Gets it over to McKay Meacham.
Good decision by Simmons. You can see he wanted to take that three, but shows a little patience, and that's huge for the freshman.
Warner to Meacham. And they're going to reset now. Lyman comes up to the right elbow. Back screen for Meacham. To Morrison. He'll launch from deep. Misses. Rebound Flyers. To Andy Rich. Trying to get it down to Noah Lemke, who's working so hard down in the paint against Simmons. Finlayson. Right wing, handoff to Rich, who gets a screen from Lemke. Lemke will roll, then stop. Gets it to Matthews, who goes up against Simmons. He's blocked by Simmons, gets his own rebound, and puts it back for two.
Yeah, unfortunately, Childs was following the block and couldn't respond, and they were able to grab it, put it back up and in. But how about the block party Simmons is throwing?
Yeah. Deep three from Warner, missed short, rebounded by Childs. He tries to chin it. Ball gets tipped away, but into the hands of Warner, who misses a turnaround jump shot. Outlet pass from Lemke to Bennett in the front court. Bennett drives, flips it over to Finlayson, who steps back. He's going to get called for a travel.
That's a good call. He did. He kind of shuffled them. That's 3 steps in there, I think, and the official right on top of it. But that's the three-point shooting mentality. He wasn't inside the line. He wanted to get behind to get that extra point. The Flyers are only up 2, but their defense, I'm sure Coach Roberts was preaching defense, holding Snow Canyon scoreless, now approaching 3 minutes here of second half action.
30-28 Flyers lead. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Meacham into Childs, who will go hard against Matthews. Matthews pokes it away, but it goes back to a Warrior, who flips it over to Walker Morrison for another 3.
Money Morrison, the Team D auto sales three-pointer. He missed the other one, but it really did everything but go down, so he knew it wasn't off much. This time he buries it, and the Warriors have the 1-point lead.
Matthews hands it off to Finlayson. Finlayson drives into the paint, jumps, throws it to Bennett, but too high, and a turnover.
Snow Canyon making Dixie really work, and that kick-out pass just not there. He kind of started to follow him a little bit, and Finlayson with an errant pass. And now Snow Canyon can try to take their largest lead of the night. They've only led by 2. A bucket here can push it up to 3 or maybe 4 AT.
Meacham with the belt-high dribble, gets it to Childs, right elbow. Morrison Passes it over to Morrison, who misses the three. Rebounded by Lemke, and here comes Andy Rich. Dixie's turned it over their last 2 possessions. Rich drives in, tries to get it into Lemke, who's double-teamed. Somehow gets it over to Jordan Matthews. And they're going to say he's pushed in the corner. Foul go against Walker Morrison.
And Morrison might have been fouled shooting that three. It looked like maybe the ball was already left, and that's why the official deemed no foul call. But that time, I mean, that heck of a job by Childs there. Morrison, you can't fault the effort on that foul.
Inside-out pass from Lemke out to Bennett, who rattles it but misses it.
That was a good look.
Rebounded
that one took a peek down and popped back down.
Did. Meacham to Pilatus, who's in for Morrison, who has 3 fouls now for the Warriors. Warner going up against Rich. Bounce pass to Simmons, baseline. Kick back out to Pilatus, who drives baseline. And he'll get it out to Cole Warner. Warner to Meacham. Takes inside and kicks it back out to Childs, who drives baseline. Tries to go up off the glass, misses it, gets his own rebound, flips it out to Cole Warner. Top of the key, 3 short. Rebounded by Jordan Matthews.
Getting lots of looks, good ones too. Snow Canyon just not connecting.
Rich gets a chance at a layup. He's blocked by Simmons. That's his 4th block in the game. Pass goes ahead to Bryson Childs, who's blocked by Finlayson. Maybe a little contact on that one.
Yeah, it looked like it. Officials are trying to keep up with this pace.
Yeah.
It's picked up, but Simmons, collected that after it was knocked out of Childs' hands, goes right up at the rim, and finally the whistle comes to stop play. Boy, oh boy, I love the intensity. This feels like this one is going to go to the wire right now, although maybe a little premature. Both these teams capable of getting hot and stretching a lead.
Simmons misses his first free throw.
I'm impressed with Simmons. He's not backing down defensively from Noah Lemke, and that is huge. What a great opportunity for the youngster to play against one of the best in the region, and he stood his ground and more tonight on that end of the floor. We know about the offense. He's scored season-high 28 in a game just last week, so we know he can score, but I've been really impressed with his defense tonight.
Makes his second free throw. He's 3 for 4. Ball deflected out of bounds by Cole Warner, who's so good at jumping into pass lanes for the Warriors. Flyers will have it on the baseline.
You kind of feel like this was a dangerous team in Snow Canyon tonight because they've lost 7 straight. They don't look like they've lost 7 straight. I love the effort on defense. Oh, but a mistake there as they get the lay-in. Good
job driving there by Ethan Bennett, who's been awesome. He's got 12 tonight for the Flyers.
So hard to keep him in front. He is so speedy.
Meacham looking for a backdoor cut from Cole Warner. Instead gets it back to Lyman Simmons. 32-32, 2:52 left on your garage door's only clock. Cole Warner goes between the legs, drives hard left, misses it hard off the backboard, and here comes Finlayson. 3-on-3. Kicks it to C.J. Schultz, who drives. And they're going to get another foul on Isaac Lyon.
Yeah, that's a ticky-tack. I don't like that call. I didn't think he impeded his progress one bit. I mean, does he touch him? Yeah. Was it a forearm shiver to impede his progress? No, but officials got the whistle. I don't, AT.
Yeah, I agree with you, though, as the ball goes into Lemke, who hands it back to Ethan Bennett, who's got the hot hand right now for Dixie. He's going to drive again, terminates the dribble inside the paint, but before he does, or right after he does, I should say, a travel call, another turnover.
That they could have got Lyon for a foul there, though.
Yeah.
Instead of the first one, but Bennett traveled first. The outside official made that call, and it looked like he did drag it as he lost his balance.
Things even out. Dixie with their 8th turnover of the night. Meacham to Warner. Lyon has it in the corner, looking for Simmons. They're rushing him on the double team. Pass goes to McKay, shoots a 3, misses it. He was open. Long rebound goes to Simmons, who passes it ahead to Bennett. Back to Finlayson, puts it up for a layup, misses it, but there's going to be a foul on the shot attempt.
And then a little extracurricular down on the baseline. And do we have a whistle? Blew the whistle. Did C.J. Schultz get tagged with a little extra foul there after the play? I didn't see a lot on that on Simmons' block. He looked like he was straight up. Now, maybe it was the body, but up top as I was watching the ball leave, I didn't think that was a foul there. Couple bad breaks for Snow Canyon defensively, but they're right there. They're contesting. They're in position. That's their 4th foul, though, here in the second half. Flyers only 2.
Finlinson knocks down his first Fabulous Freddy's free throw of the night. He's got 9 points for the Flyers.
What a smooth-looking stroke Finlinson has. Lets that hand hang. So much confidence. Got pure shooter written all over him from the day he was born.
34-32, 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Ball goes high post to Simmons, who's harassed by Forsey. Ball knocked away, goes to Bennett. Bennett goes behind the back to Finlinson, who goes up, is fouled by, is that Warner?
Yeah. They called Cole Warner. But again, contesting shots, and you know, a lot of times you're going to get those called as fouls when you go up and it's happening so fast. Tough call for the official to make. Cole looked at him and said, if I'm a lip reader, I think he said there's no way that's a foul. But he might have got him. I never committed a foul in my own mind.
And ball goes in for Finlinson. He's got 4 free throws already this quarter.
Yeah, 4 in a row there, you know, and the Flyers now have built that lead back up to 4, 36-32 up on that one-loss scoreboard. Snow Canyon really needs to answer here strong the last minute 45 of the quarter. Make sure it's a one-possession game going to the fourth quarter. They played so well. They don't want to lose separation here late third.
Dixie in their active 2-3 zone. Ball goes high post to Warner. Back to Walker Morrison, who's got 3 fouls but has made some threes tonight for the Warriors. Boom Dalton kicks it back outside to Morrison, who pivots, gets it to Cole Warner, high post, jump shot, misses it far right, and Isaac Lyon goes up for the offensive rebounds. He get called for a foul.
Yeah, and Isaac kind of tried to, I think, knock that loose ball rebound out.
Yeah.
And I think just with that swinging motion, trying to punch that ball out, the official sees the foul. I can see how they called that one. I agree with that one, AT.
16 fouls for the Warriors. We got an offensive foul being called against Dixie, against CJ Schultz. Ball goes to the Warriors. 36-32, Flyers lead, 1:12 left in the third quarter. Dixie showing full court pressure, or three-quarter court pressure. Ball goes into Lyon. Back to Warner, and they'll get it across the timeline to Walker Morrison. To Pilatus. They're going to calm things down with now under a minute to go on your garage doors only clock. Pilatus to Isaac Lyon, who's going to launch one. Air balls it far to the right. Rebounded by Lemke. Here comes Forsey. Gets it on the right edge, gets a signal from Coach Roberts and backs it out. Get it to Ethan Bennett, left angle to CJ Schultz. Lemke being fronted by Boom Dalton on that right block. To Schultz, top of the key, guarded by Warner. Good defense by Pilatus. 25 seconds on the clock. Forsey.
No rush now. They'll hold for one here.
Gets it over to Finlinson with 15 seconds. Morrison's going to make it, dribble it around.
You got to watch Lemke on that baseline cut.
Drives middle, throws it up to Lemke. There's Tony Romo prediction by Devin as Lemke throws it down on the baseline hoop.
You can see him setting it up, and Finlinson with a little scoop alley-oop just lays it up like he's laying it in, but it's right to Lemke. That was a thing of perfection right at the end of the quarter, and a little separation for the Flyers.
38-32, Flyers lead. 60-second timeout, back with the fourth after this. Welcome back. 38-32. Flyers leading our Holmes game of the night here on ESPN Radio. Snow Canyon with the ball, and Devin, you could sense the oop coming on that last possession. May have been the play of the game so far for the Flyers.
Yeah, they put Lemke on that baseline in the coffin corner.
Ball goes inside from Pilates to Childs. Great dish. Easy 2 points.
That's a big bucket to start the fourth. But Pilates out of position. They're not going to give the continuation. Those Finlinson, after the contact, flip it up, and it falls off the window and down. They're going to wave off that shot. Pilates could not keep Finlinson in front. You know, a lot of these guards defensively having trouble with, you know, the speed of Finlinson, the speed of Forsey and Ethan Bennett and Jordan Matthews. And then, you got the speed of some of these Warrior guards. It's not easy defensively out there. Missed free throw.
Missed free throw from Finlinson. Rare miss.
Yeah, that front end, that 1-and-1. So
Pilates running the offense. 38-34, Flyers lead. Walker Morrison with a contested deep three, misses it long. Ball tipped out by Childs. It'll go to the Flyers. Appreciate Intermountain Sports Performance Center helping us bring you the play-by-play tonight. They've helped countless Region 9 athletes improve their speed and agility. Check out their new location inside Nets on Fire in Green Valley, Intermountain Sports Performance Center. Forsey drives right side, goes all the way to the hoop, takes the contact, puts it in for two. 40-34, Flyers lead. Pilates trying to move that zone. Morrison inside to Childs. Hands it off to Lyman. Simmons down low. Schultz goes up, rips the ball away.
Is that a jump ball or is that a foul?
I'm not sure what the call is. They are going to get a foul.
That looks so clean to me. If I'm CJ Schultz, I'm going, what do? I played the ball and then I just took it away. That's how you want a block to be played out if you're a coach, because so often you swat it, it goes out of bounds. That time he blocked it and then took it away.
Key possession. That was an awesome display of athleticism from Schultz as Simmons misses the free throw.
What do they say? Sometimes the ball never lies. Simmons maybe get a little bit of a break there. But credit the pass to set Simmons up. That was a beautiful job drawing Lemke away and then getting Simmons on a little smaller player. Schultz just with that athleticism blocks that shot. I thought they were going to call a jump ball, honestly.
Simmons 3 of 5 from the line, now 4 of 6 tonight for the Warriors. 40-35 now the score.
And you feel like Dixie's in control, but Snow Canyon has put themselves into a position where they've got every chance to win this game. And the battle within the battle is those two bigs. Watching Lemke and Simmons, almost my eyes are gravitating to them as they've been bodying each other up all night long.
Forsey gives it to Finlinson. Whips it over to Jordan Matthews, cross court, and there's a whistle. And it'll be a foul against Childs, which will send Jordan Matthews to the free throw line, shooting one in the bonus.
No, I didn't see that one. But, they do want to keep your hands off. If you impede the progress on the penetration, they're going to call it nowadays.
Missed free throw, rebounded by Warner. Try to push, ball deflected by Forsey, picked up by Finlinson, and here come the Flyers on a 3-on-1. Gets it to Bennett, who goes too hard off the glass, misses it, rebounded by Snow Canyon. Ball goes to Childs in the corner. Missed Simmons on a flash through the paint. Now they get it to him back to the basket against Lemke. He faces up, tries to dribble, instead gets it knocked away. Finlinson with the ball for the Flyers. Beautiful pass to Bennett, who nearly misses a second layup. But he makes it.
Finlinson's got eyes in the back of his head. Bennett and Finlinson and Matthews making things tough. Full timeout needed here by Snow Canyon.
We'll take the Intercap Lending timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with more of the fourth quarter after this on your Region 9 Radio Network. Welcome back to the jungle. 42-35, Flyers lead the Snow Canyon Warriors. Snow Canyon with the ball. 6 minutes left on your garage doors only clock. Meacham will walk it up for the Warriors. They're led tonight by Lyman Simmons with 8 points. Everybody else is pretty well spread around for the Warriors. Childs tries to get it over to Pilatus in the corner, too high. Goes out of bounds.
Hey, guys, Hearst Day Sour update. Start of the fourth quarter, last report, 42-42, Cedar and Pineview. Desert Hills is laying it on Canyon View right now. They are up 76-42, and that game's almost over. I think there's a minute left.
Cole Warner guarding Ethan Bennett tightly. Bennett's had a great game for the Flyers. Forsey gets it to Matthews. Backdoor cut from Finlinson. Misses the layup. They've missed a few bunnies here in the fourth quarter. And here comes Pilatus. He drives, gets to Meacham, whips it over to Childs, who has a wide open three in the corner, and he drills it.
A huge three, right when Snow Canyon needed a big bucket. They get it. Crunch time, fourth quarter. Warrior fans got to get into this defensive set and make some noise. Their student body section's got a little chant going here.
Childs with 5 points in the fourth. Ball goes to Forsey. They're playing a little four corner. To Matthews, to Bennett. To Finlinson, wide open lane. He goes up. Almost looked like he was going to try to slam it.
I think he did. I saw him dunking in warm-ups. And I think last second, shifting to the lay-in after he didn't have the dunk was a good idea because he draws the foul.
Foul goes against Lyman Simmons. That's his third foul, 9th team foul. And Finlinson swishes his first free throw. He's 5 of 6 from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Fuel it up, wash it up, and save at 2 Fabulous Freddy's locations. Finlinson knocks down the second free throw as well. 44-38, Flyers lead. Warriors with the ball, 4:40 on the garage doors only clock. Warner to Pilatus. Simmons faces up. He's double teamed. He's got to get rid of it instead. I think a wise timeout by Coach Meacham. We'll see if they just want a 30, but we'll take it. 30-second Intercap Lending timeout. Back with more on ESPN 97.7. Welcome back to the Holmes game of the night here on ESPN 97.7. You can also watch on Sports Radio 977.com.
Yeah, we're starting to get some finals in. Looks like Desert Hills is going to beat Canyon View. That game probably just went final. It looks like Hurricane's going to win. They're beating Crimson 69-49 with 6 minutes to go. We know Pineview and Cedar is tight, and this one has not been settled yet. Just a 6-point game here with over half of the fourth quarter remaining.
Been a tremendous game here in the jungle. Warriors will have the ball after the timeout in the corner, which I think saved Snow Canyon from a dangerous situation. Could have been a turnover. McKay Meacham will inbound it to Lyman Simmons. Here comes Cole Warner. Meacham to Warner, who's had a fairly quiet night here at home. Dixie in their 2-3 zone. Inside to Meacham, gets it, tries to get it to Simmons. He tears it away from Jordan Matthews, misses the layup. They need those to fall as Lemke gets the rebound, but then throws it away because of Cole Warner being right up in his face.
And that's something both these teams have done really well tonight is as soon as there's a missed shot, they're contesting for rebounds. If they're not getting rebounds, they're contesting, deflecting, making it tough on the outlet passes. And if nothing else, you'll slow it up. But that time they actually get the turnover. But Simmons got to make that lay-in.
Pilatus, high post to Warner. He's going to drive left against Noah Lemke. He's got nowhere to go, and he flips it right to Isaac Finlinson for the turnover, who stutter steps, then throws it, loses the ball midair, misses it, but the ball's stolen away by Jordan Matthews, flipped out to Forsey, to Bennett. He's in the paint, unguarded, flips it up and good.
Yeah, I think on that other offensive possession, Warner knew he was about to get a 3 in the key call, so he had to try to unload it and turn it over. And then it looked like Snow Canyon was going to get it right back. But Jordan Matthews, right place, right time, and then Bennett with that little floater. Huge bucket for the Flyers.
8-point lead for the Flyers. Pilatus goes up underneath Noah Lemke. Dipsy do off the glass for 2.
Yeah, great up and under by Lincoln right there, keeping his team within reach here. Down by 6, need to stop.
Forsey guarded by Pilatus. 3:10 on the garage doors only clock. Dixie leads 46-40. Ball goes to Matthews. Back to Finlinson. Gets to the free throw line. Kicks it to Forsey. Forsey, reverse dribble. Goes all the way to the rack. Nearly gets the and one call, but misses the layup.
Another Hearst Ace Hardware while we have stoppage in our game. This game over on 94.9 KDXU. Pineview trying to hang in there. They're down 56-49. And then Sudweek's just hit a 3, so 56-54 after another bucket. So that one's tight over there at the pit. Cedar and Pineview deadlocked in a good one. We got a good one here.
Forsey misses short on his first attempt. He's been assertive going towards the basket tonight. Usually not his specialty, but he's been great as C.J. Schultz enters the game for the Flyers. They lead by 6. Forsey. Makes his second free throw.
I like Forsey, guy that Coach Roberts can turn to, getting crunch time minutes here down the stretch.
Meacham to Pilatus to Warner. They got to act quickly. Down 7. Warner going to drive left. Terminates his dribble. Tries to get it to Simmons in the danger zone. Almost gets a turnover as Pilatus has to wing it outside to McKay Meacham, and then a bad pass from Meacham. But then Warner back tips it, and they get the ball back. Warriors, nice pass inside from Meacham to Simmons, but there's going to be a foul call by the Flyers.
How many times tonight has McKay made a mistake, but then made it right up for it? I mean, he turns it over, errant pass, but then gets the steal, forced by another teammate getting deflection, and then a sick little crossover to get that lead pass for Simmons, who draws the foul. Still 2 fouls away from getting into the bonus for Snow Canyon, though. And Dixie shooting 2 the rest of the way.
Ball goes to Warner, who's going to shoot the jumper, just misses it. 47-40 Flyer ball, 2:20 left. To Finlayson, he's trapped. To Matthews, Schultz in the corner. Going to kick it back out after the drive. And Dixie is spreading out, going to force Snow Canyon to foul him here, playing 4-corner ball. Snow Canyon got a trap fast. Ball goes to Finlayson, a lot of open ground. He drives, makes the layup, and one. Walker Morrison wanted the charge, didn't get it.
Yeah, toughest call to make right there. No restricted lane. And Finlayson not stalling. You know, it looked like they were going to stretch it out and stall, but really there's space on the floor, and then Finlayson blows by him and finishes in an and one opportunity from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. 4th
foul for Walker Morrison.
Don't forget, coming up, we're going to name our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game.
Finlayson misses his free throw.
We'll also pick the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game.
Drive by Cole. Warner in desperation lowers his shoulder, somehow gets it to fall.
He's better finishing like that than open set jumpers. You know, when he's going full speed, he just has this great touch about him.
49-42, Flyers lead. 1:40 left. Into Forsey. Gets to the right block. Nobody there.
Boom Dalton thought he was going to pass, so he kind of showed and then backed off, and Forsey did the right thing, saw that, and just continued right on up. Easy lay-in there. Too easy for the Flyers.
We'll take a quick timeout, 30-second break. We'll be back.
How much time's left?
A minute 32. And welcome back, Snow Canyon High School. Flyers lead the Warriors 51-49 52-42, 1:32 left in the game. Warriors with the ball. They need a miracle here to wrap things up. Meacham brings it up for the Warriors.
Hearing Pineview Cedar is going to overtime, Andy.
Hands it to Cole Warner, who gets it to Pilatus. They got to shoot. Meacham will launch the three short, and rebound goes to C.J. Schultz and the Flyers to Finlayson. He's guarded by Warner, who's going to foul him from behind. Finlayson's lived at the free throw line this second half, and he'll go back for two more. 51-42, Flyers lead, and looking like they'll stay undefeated in region play and maintain their number 2 spot in the RPI rankings as Finlayson knocks down yet another free throw. He has got 7 on a 9 tonight for the junior. And he knocks down his second Fabulous Freddy's free throw to extend the lead, 53-42. Warriors pushing it, get it into Simmons. Ball ripped away by Jordan Matthews, but they're going to call a tie-up.
That is a quick tie-up, but Simmons put that ball low. Don't want to do that because Matthews hounding it, just reaches in. It looked like it was really not tied up very long, and it shot out of bounds. Yeah. But I think jump call because they probably couldn't decipher who touched it last. Is probably the appropriate call in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. Ball goes to Schultz into Lemke. Going to put it up. Misses it. Rebounded by Jordan Matthews. He goes up with the left hand. And good.
And trying to block a shot there, but nobody there to help. And Dixie putting this thing away, it seems.
55-42 as Pilatus drives. They'll get Ethan Bennett with a blocking foul. 16 foul for the Flyers. And so they'll need to pass it in with 46 seconds left and a 13-point deficit.
God, you love the effort for Snow Canyon. Looks like they're going to come up a little bit short, but boy, they played hard. Just haven't made enough shots in this second half.
Inbound pass goes into Walker Morrison, who makes another Team D3. That's his third.
Yeah, maybe too little too late, but that's a big-time player making a big-time shot there, trying to keep his team in it. He has not backed away from shooting the triple tonight. What is that, his third?
Third three. And let's see.
They've hit 7 tonight. Snow Canyon has 4 in the first half, 3 in the second half.
3 for 5 from 3 tonight is Walker Morrison.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some good looks. Some have been contested, but he's got them off. And when he's missed, he hasn't missed by much. I mean, that's anything above 50% in high school basketball. Shooting from downtown is sensational.
Appreciate Intercap Lending. They specialize in no and low money down options, investor loans, first-time home buyers, jumbo loans, retirement, refinance, and more. To help the unique needs of Washington County and surrounding areas, call today for a free quote and quick mortgage approval at Intercap Lending.
Really nice performance for Isaac Finlayson tonight. He's really shouldered the scoring load, already above his season average of 17 points. I think he's got 20 right now.
Ball goes from Matthews into Schultz to Bennett, looking for the alley-oop again, but instead Lemke will just let it fall into his hands, and the ball will be turned over, and it'll go back to the Warriors. They make a couple of substitutions.
They're going offense for defense, bringing Lyman Simmons and Walker Morrison back in. Isaac Lyon and was it Boom Dalton checking out.
Handoff from Pilatus to Warner. Back to Pilatus in the corner. He'll take a three and drills it.
Great decision. Unselfish play from Cole Warner. Could have got that shot off. Drew the defense. Extra pass to the corner. Pilatus triple threat. Lets it fly. Pilatus has hit, 8 points tonight. 2 of them from downtown. Nice Team D3 there. Still 7-point lead. Still Dixie kind of comfortable, but I know Coach Roberts probably doesn't like that last possession, the last 2 possessions where Snow Canyon's able to hit open threes.
And we'll take a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout. Back with the rest of this one right after this. Welcome back. Region 9 basketball on ESPN 97.7. The Flyers lead 55-48 with 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Flyers with the ball looking to inbound. Full court pressure by the Warriors. They're going to foul Ethan Bennett with 26 seconds on the garage doors only clock. Dixie's been solid from the free throw line tonight. But the Warriors made 2 key threes here in their last few possessions to keep it within a single-digit deficit. As Ethan Bennett goes to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line for the first time tonight. He's got 16, now 17 points for the Flyers. He's been excellent from first half and second half, equal scoring throughout pretty much for the junior, as CJ Schultz enters the game for the big man Noah Lemke. Bennett makes the second free throw and extends the lead, 57-48. Flyers lead, Warriors with the ball. Pilatus will drive, spin move in the paint, puts up a tough layup, misses it. Rebound goes to Finlinson, who's going to be fouled by Pilatus. And Finlinson will be able to add a couple more points potentially to his total tonight, as this one is all but in the books, 57-48.
Do you have some other final scores? Desert Hills won over Canyon View 78-43 tonight. And also you had Hurricane getting a nice win as they poured it on Crimson tonight, 77-57 the final in that one. And we know Pineview Cedar is in overtime right now.
Finlinson makes both free throws. 15 seconds left. Here's Cole Warner, wants a screen from Simmons. Drives hard to the left, goes up, makes the layup.
Cole's been great finishing in transition and around the rim. Hasn't got that outside of that mid-range jumper to consistently fall tonight, but scores the final points of the game. And I love the effort from Snow Canyon, even though they fall short, as Dixie grabs the 9-point win. They won by 8 the first meeting. They win by 9 tonight on the road. Dixie now 11-0 in region play. Tough to beat this Dixie Flyer team. Nobody's been able to solve them just yet. Snow Canyon had their chances, though, in this second half. Just could not find answers really down the stretch.
59-50 Flyers win. Snow Canyon goes to 2-9 in region. Dixie 11-0 in region and 17-2 overall. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the Dr. Cody Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show right after this 2-minute break on your Region 9 radio network. You're listening to Region 9 basketball on ESPN 97.7. The Dixie Flyers get the win 59-50 over Snow Canyon here in the jungle. It's time now for the Johnson Pediatric postgame show. Dr. Cody and his staff make your kids feel right at home. See why so many are choosing Johnson Pediatrics. Give them a call, 628-0511, and ask for the new patient special.
Yeah, good game. I mean, you got to be really proud of the effort if you're Coach Roberts, because they took another test. I mean, everybody's gunning for them. They got the Bulls on their back. They're now 11-0 in region. They withstand that test, get the victory. You know, they know that they're going to have to settle for the 2 seed unless they win out and Ridgeline slips up somewhere, or not Ridgeline, Skyview, the defending state champs, slip up somewhere. And Snow Canyon's just trying to right the ship. And I thought they played really hard. I was Coach Meacham can tell them, hey, guys, I love the effort tonight. I mean, they played good enough to win effort-wise, 50-50 balls. They just weren't not able to hit enough shots in the end of the third quarter, really into that fourth quarter, until those threes started falling. But it was, with under a minute to go, and Dixie stretched the lead back up to 9, and it was just too little too late.
Yeah, 28-28 at halftime. A great first half and into the third quarter. Kept it close, but Dixie's so good at making free throws and buckling down at defense, and they get the big win. Let's go through some of our Wilkinson stats to close things out here tonight for Snow Canyon. Their leading scorer was Walker Morrison, who had 3 threes. Really spread out scoring tonight for the Warriors. They had 3 guys with 8 points, including Lincoln Pilatus, Cole Warner, and Lyman Simmons, who had a fairly quiet second half, didn't have a field goal made, just a couple of free throws. Bretton Childs had 7 points for the Warriors. McKay Meacham with 5, and Isaac Lyon made a 3-pointer. For the Dixie Flyers, their leading scorer tonight was Isaac Finlinson. He had 22 points and 9, 10, I think 11, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 free throws in the second half made.
I think he was 10 out of 11. He just missed 1, right? Or did he miss 2?
Missed 2. 10 and 12. He had 22. Ethan Bennett had 18. He was awesome tonight. Noah Lemke with 10. Carson Forsey with 5. And Jordan Matthews with 4. That's your scoring for both teams tonight. I think Dixie and Snow Canyon close. According to my unofficial scoring tally, pretty close in the turnovers, right around 7 or 8 for both of them. We're tallying up the field goal percentages now for the Dixie Flyers. Appreciate Blake helping us produce tonight here at the stadium, as well as Jacob back in the studios. I'm looking at the stats. Dixie Flyers, 59% from three-point range tonight.
That's incredible. I mean, 59% from downtown. And I thought their shot selection was really good. If they can, shoot it like that, they're going to have a chance for the inside track to a state title, Andy. I mean, that is unbelievable. Lights out shooting on the road. And I thought Snow Canyon contested, played hard on the defensive end, and made Dixie work for a lot of those. They just made shots. And
Snow Canyon shot the ball really well from three-point range as well. They were 50% from 3. They started at 57% in the first half. They finished at 50%.
Yeah, they hit six out of what were they? 6 out of 12.
Yeah,
I mean that's pretty efficient. Coach Meach will take that. Now we were talking about that in our Camping World Keys to the Game. It might just come down to shooting, and both these teams did their best to shoot it really well tonight. But there wasn't a lot of easy points in the paint for either of these teams. The three-point shot, because of the battle between Lemke and Simmons, and everybody hustling and really contesting shots. There was a lot of block shots in this game tonight. I think Simmons had 5.
Yes. He was great. I mean, that battle with him and Lemke was good in this first half. They were blocking each other. They were going right at each other.
I felt like they were letting those two play,
yes,
and they were calling everything else tight a little bit tonight.
I agree. And then in the second half, it was more of a perimeter game and free throw shooting game, and guys like Isaac Finlinson took over. But
I think my favorite play, and maybe this is our applying Soul Sailors Plus Playmaker play of the game, well, the alley-oop to end the half, still didn't really deter Snow Canyon at all, because they were still right there going to the fourth quarter. But that one was pretty special. But I loved, with about 2:38 on the clock, when it looked like Dixie was going to spread out, maybe force Snow Canyon to start fouling, Finlinson blows by and gets the and one. Now, it was one of the free throws he missed. He didn't get the old-fashioned three-point play, but, and then Forsey, with about 1:28 on the clock, a minute later, he gets a lay-in where they could have tried to settle for a foul or worked more clock. The Flyers stayed aggressive. They never went conservation mode. So, those are probably the three moments that stood out that you could kind of stamp the win down for Dixie and pick which one you like the best as far as our AWP playmaker play of the game.
I think three big plays. We've kind of take for granted that Lemke's going to have an awesome dunk baseline. That was a great play setup that you called, 5 seconds before it happened. That's my favorite play of the game.
We've seen that time and time again. I bet he's had 8 or 9 of those this season, and teams just still, because that guard line just, so deceptive.
Yeah.
You don't know when it's coming. And that time, they just kind of lost track of Lemke. And even when you lose track of Lemke, you got to come help on that penetration because the guards are so quick. They beat their defender. Help comes, lobs there, and Finlinson made a heck of a pass. Let's go Finlinson to Lemke alley-oop. AWP playmaker play of the game.
Absolutely. We're going to take a final 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll name our Dats Trucking player of the game.
Get your finals from all the other games.
And get your finals from all the other games. Don't forget, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is on, courtesy of the Dixie Flyers. They got to 59 points. You head to Yogurtland right now. Get 5 ounces of free frozen yogurt, courtesy of our friends at Holbrook Asphalt. Let's take a 60-second timeout. We'll be back with the Dats Trucking player of the game. Welcome back to the Johnson Pediatrics postgame show inside the jungle, where the Dixie Flyers got to win over the Warriors 59-50 to remain unbeaten in region play. They're 11-0 in region play. Snow Canyon falls to 2-9. Time now for our Dats Trucking player of the game. Dats Trucking is your quality service carrier, running strong since 1988. Fuel it up and grab a snack at Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station on top of the boulevard in St. George. They've been delivering your Dats Trucking player of the game all season long.
Yeah, and I think it's Finlinson tonight. I don't think we have to try to overthink this one. I
agree.
I think, Andy Rich got him going early, had 3 assists early. Bennett got him going later, and then Bennett took over the scoring too. You could make a case for Ethan Bennett tonight as well. Hit some early shots. That 3 hit on a clothesline in the first half, I think, kind of opened up the floodgates for him. He had 18. Out of those two combined for 40 between Finlinson and Bennett. You could convince me that Bennett was the guy tonight because I loved his energy. He does so many things that don't show up in the box score. It looks like to me that Jordan Matthews is really taking more of a blue-collar Swiss Army knife role. Yeah. He's not looking to score as much. He's letting Lemke and Finlinson and Bennett and some of these other guys do the bulk of the scoring, and he's just working his tail off in the rebounding and defensive side of the ball, and really, he had 5 deflections tonight, maybe more. He was all over the place. So, I think everybody's got to, you don't get to 11-0 and 17-2 overall without having, everybody a defined role on the team. And I think Coach Roberts has done a heck of a job this year with these guys just in his second year as head coach. They look like a state championship caliber team to me right now.
I agree, and Matthews was tremendous, and I think when they play teams deeper in the playoffs and it gets harder and harder to score, that's when he steps up because he can get to the rim, he can shoot, he can do a lot of different things in transition, but like you were saying, kind of deferring tonight to the two super juniors, Bennett and Finlinson, and Lemke, the senior, to do the bulk of the scoring. We're going to name
the Dad's Trucking Player of the Game.
Let's go with Bennett.
Let's
go with Bennett. He was tremendous, one of his best games of the year. Finlinson, you can argue, could be the player of the game almost every game for the Flyers. So we're going to give it to Ethan Bennett, who made 1, 2 threes, had 10 points in the first half. He had 8 points in the second half for 18 total, and just tremendous. Defensively, he was great, made some awesome passes in transition. Ethan Bennett is your Dad's Trucking Player of the Game. Let's take a look at our upcoming matchups in Region 9 hoops coming your way on Thursday, February 6th. Dixie is at Pineview. That's the game you can hear right here on ESPN Radio. Should be a tremendous matchup from those two teams who went into OT their first time playing. They'll be in the pit this Thursday. Desert Hills is at Crimson Cliffs. That will be on 94.9 FM KDXU. Hurricane comes to the Jungle to play Snow Canyon, and Canyon View plays the Cedar Reds.
Yeah, thanks to Dad's Trucking. This is such a fun thing we do every post-game show to kind of just spotlight our student athletes. And, you know, I started in radio in 2002, or was it 2003? I'm getting old, Andy. But, you know, one of the first, sponsors that came on, right, coinciding when I started in radio was Dad's Trucking. We've been doing that as long as I've been at ESPN 97.7. So always love handing out that award, and I love watching Ethan Bennett play. And you could have went tonight between those two, and I can't wait for Thursday's games. You just kind of plugged our look ahead. Let's give you all the final scores before we sign off. Brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. And Dixie over Snow Canyon, this one 59-50. Finlinson 22, Bennett 18, Lemke 10. No Warrior in double figures, but a lot of guys had 7, 8, 9 points. D Hills blows out Canyon View 78-43. Really, in that game, shooting it lights out, 58% from the field, and 11 of 22, 50% for the Thunder from the three-point line. And they got 11 from Munson, 12 from Mason Chase, 11 from Peyton Holmes, 9 from Braden Sampson, 9 from Quinn Marchant, 6 from Justin Judkins, 8 from Reggie Newby, 5 from Jace Mortensen. I mean, everybody got in on the act over there for Desert Hills. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now. It'll be interesting to see how much, if they win twice this week. They got that rematch with Crimson on Thursday that beat them the first time. So, you know, that should help them in the RPI. Maybe get up, to 7 or 8. We'll see if they can get that revenge match on Thursday. Cedar in overtime has won it. Cedar beats Pineview to break out of a 2-game losing streak in overtime, 73-69. We heard Dallin Grant did play tonight. I guess that makes a big difference because he didn't play in both games last week, and they lost both those games. And then Hurricane, I think it was a 77-57 win over Crimson tonight. And Crimson's kind of, falling on hard times as of late after some notable wins against Snow Canyon and Desert Hills. They have not been able to, string many together the last week and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to play.
But Hurricane needed that one, too, because they've been in a little bit of a funk.
But Crimson's got to play arguably up there with Dixie as the hottest team in Region 9. Desert Hills Thunder on Thursday looking for revenge at the Fieldhouse in Washington Fields at Crimson. That will be a fun game.
Yep. So, again, Dixie over Snow Canyon. D Hills beats Canyon View. Cedar in overtime over Pineview. Hurricane over Crimson. Your final scores. Thanks to Hearst Ace Hardware for getting our Region 9 scores for you all season long. We're closing. I mean, it's February. I mean, the first round games are the 18th. Second round games are February 20th, if I'm not mistaken. You win those, or you get a bye and you win 1 or 2 of those, you're off to Weber State the following weekend to close out the month. Up there at the D Events Center, the Purple Palace at Weber State University. They rotate the 4A state tournament, so it goes, north, central, and then southern Utah. We had it at SUU. last year. So they're back up to the north, and it'll go more to either, the Salt Lake or the Provo area, and then it'll come back down to south. So these sophomores playing in Region 9, whether their senior season, if they're good enough and things go their way, they'll be playing in front of the home fans at the Burns Arena in a couple of years. But got to go up north for the next 2 years for the 4A state tournament. But it's going to be really interesting with the RPI rankings. I mean, going into tonight, again, Dixie was number 2 behind Skyview in the RPI. Cedar was 4.
Yeah.
And that's a nice win over Pineview, who was 7th. So Cedar's not going anywhere. In fact, they can maybe get past Ridgeline and take over number 3 because they're just right there, like percentage points behind them. And then Hurricane with their win should stay at 5 tonight. Pineview could drop a little bit. Desert Hills is only, Pineview's at 7, Stansbury it's 8, Bear River's at 9, Desert Hills is 10. With their win over Canyon View, that opponent's schedule and their opponents is not going to be helped by that win. But they play Crimson. With their loss, I don't know if they'll drop one, but Desert Hills a chance to keep that win streak going. Was it 4 straight for the Thunder now?
Yeah.
Or was it 5 straight? I lost track.
I think it might even be 5.
Mm-hmm.
They've been awesome.
Yeah. So I don't think they've lost since they played, Crimson and Dixie, 3 weeks ago. So, this is an important stretch to really get the best RPI ranking as you possibly can. And because it's going to mean, especially getting in the top 11 where you get the bye and then the home game and the crossover. That's huge. That's vital. And I don't know what – I know some of the coaches still don't love the Tuesday, Thursday nights. I know some of the coaches still aren't sold on the RPI. They think there's some wrinkles and things that need to be worked out. But it sure is fascinating for us to talk about and for the fans to look at every day as it gets updated.
Absolutely. It's been, and you look at the RPI, I mean, there could be 6 teams in Region 9 getting a bye in that first round potentially. And, obviously all 8 teams going. Can't wait. We got a few more games in the regular season. And we're your home for Region 9 Hoops right here on ESPN 97.7.
Yeah.
And we've got some good ones coming your way this Thursday night.
And as I always say, on a Thursday where you can expect the unexpected. And
absolutely.
Shout out to Marcus and James. We had this game on the stream tonight on the CEC YouTube page on sportsradio977.com. You want to go back and watch this game. Maybe you were here live. You want to go back and watch it again. It'll be up there on the website. You can watch it. And, we look forward to more broadcasts with the friends at CEC. And guys back in studio, great job tonight. Great call, AT. A lot of fun to be out here calling local basketball. I mean, the atmosphere, the fans in this arena tonight I thought were great. The student body sections brought it for Dixie and for Snow Canyon this evening.
100%. Great game once again from the jungle. 59-50. Dixie remains undefeated over the Warriors.
Yeah, congratulations to all the winners tonight. And don't forget, on your way home, go over there, swing by Yogurtland, and take advantage. Your first 5 ounces of yogurt are free at Yogurtland with our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Spread the word, and I'll probably see you there. It's kind of on my way home, AT. Let's go get some yogurt.
For Devin Dixon, I'm Andy Thompson. You've been listening to the Holmes Game of the Night right here on ESPN Radio, your hometown sports source. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 to 6 on the Devin Dixon Show.